Want to write a book of your own, want to become an author, and as soon as this very year, then this video is going to talk exactly about this. Hi, I'm DrGopikaKumar, a communication and a mindset coach. Let's get started with the idea of writing your very book. So today I'm going to be speaking about and giving you 7 clear reasons why you should even be thinking about it and how you can actually cultivate this mindset of writing a book. Maybe you've never thought about this. It sounds like an alien. It sounds like a dream plan which can never come true. It sounds like a plan that maybe I would foresee for myself when I'm in my late 60s. Once I've really been able to get through my major areas and phases of my life, maybe then. But I can tell you, you can make it happen for now, which is you can see yourself as the author of your own book. But how, Gopika? And why is this even important for me? Let's capture the very first reason. How many of you believe that all our lives, we continuously keep striving for something which is extremely close to our heart, which is creating our authority in our niche? So I've had many friends, who are in the space of coaching and training and educators, and they've been in this space for a very long time. But the mercy here is that in spite of being in the space for a very long time, they've yet not been able to create that authority for themselves, that status of expertise. But how does that authority come from a book? You tell me, when you get to know that one of your friends has written down a book on how do you get yourself to invest in a stock market, how do you get yourself to learn about mutual funds and invest in the same. If you find out that there's somebody who's also written a book on the same, wouldn't you immediately establish a space of authority for that person in that niche? That's exactly what we're advocating for you as well. In your respective niche, your niche could be anything. You could be a sportsman, you could be a homemaker, you could be a baker, you could be in IT, you could be in HR, you could be in banking, as a professional, chartered accountant, business, lawyer. Your space deserves a story which needs to be heard by people and help you to create your authority in your niche. So it's a complete win-win. There's absolutely nothing to lose. Is the very first reason why you should even think about investing your time into writing your very book. The second, and I see this as something that I crave for, and I've seen every other human being crave for, which is they want to have a standing of their own. They want to create a credibility. We talk about this credit score very regularly, right? If your credit score is good, you're able to get a loan for yourself. Now look at this exactly like your credibility. If your credibility is high, you're seen as an author, you're seen as an expert, you're likely to get more business. More people are likely to approach you. They're going to see you as an expert in this field that you're operating in. So whose credibility is in turn increasing? Your credibility is increasing because you're going to be establishing yourself in the space, marking that in the calendar that I have written a book which classifies me as an expert into this space. That becomes a second more important and even a more important reason for you to ever think about writing a book, establishing your authority, establishing your credibility, and establishing what we yearn for. Would you respect somebody who is an author? Yes or a yes, yes? I know you're saying a yes, yes. You're saying that because the way that we have all our lives seen anybody who's been able to publish a book, the first thing that comes and oozes out of us is respect. And we say with all our words, spoken and unspoken, and we are like, oh my God, You've written a book. Our words, our emotions, our expressions are saying it all. And all of it is only and only exuberating that we want to showcase respect to the person who's been able to fulfill that task. Wouldn't you want to garner that share of respect for yourself? If that is a yes, yes, then the reason that you're gathering for yourself to become an author is also becoming true. You want to become an author because you want to garner that authority. You want to gather that credibility. You want to create that respect for yourself in the society. And that's something that we've just started to talk about. A fourth key reason, why would I tell you ever that we need to start thinking about writing a book? In fact, every one of us should think about writing a book. Why? Because once written, nobody can take that away from you. It's not a blog that is once published and read. It's a book which is once published and read forever and ever and ever. Even if your readers might increase or decrease over a period of time, but you're going to have that as a source of, as if you've run an award and a recognition for your life, and it's going to stay with you along with your biography. And if you tend to write your own biography as a part of your book, I'm sure that you're going to treasure it even more than that. Gives you even a bigger reason that why should I ever think about writing a book? It stays with you as long as you live and even beyond that. It talks to you. It speaks to you that I have that worth. Make me stand and make me shine. And that's one very big reason why we should always be thinking about writing at least minimum one book for ourselves in our lives. If that's not given you enough of a reason, I'm going to give you here the next reason to write a book. Do you want to see yourself on the cover page? Do you want to see yourself exactly like what you can see myself on my cover page of my books? I see myself as somebody who's been able to hold up that stature of authority. And that is almost like a status of a celebrity. It's no lesser than that. When you see yourself, and that was my first turning point, before I had written the first word of my book, I had made sure that I had seen the cover page of my book. That helped me to write my very first page. That instilled that fire in me that this I need to make it come alive. I mean, it has to become real. It has to become a physical product for me so that I'm truly, truly making myself, completely proud on what I have written. If that's not giving you enough of a reason still, let me go ahead and give you one very simple reason that you would immediately jump on. Now you're thinking that, Gopika, that's all fine. I mean, authority and credibility and respect, and I'll see myself on the cover page. But let's come down to reality. How will I ever do it? Because writing a book means I don't know how many pages I'll have to write. How many words am I going to write? How will I ever be able to start and come to an end? I mean, it's much bigger than a task that you're trying to explain. Correct. But let's break this down. Can we start envisioning this for yourself as a 100-page book? And on an average, one page has about 200 words. Now I'm giving you a reason, so hear me out on this. If one page has about 200 words and you're going to write just about a minimum of 100 pages, how many words do we really need to write to become an author? 20,000 words, right? 20,000 words, Gopika, that's a lot. I mean, I can't write a blog, I can't write a letter. You're talking about 20,000 words? All right, let's break this down. Let's write down 1,000 words a day. 1,000 words a day, can I really do it? Yes. 45 minutes and you'll be able to write 1,000 words for yourself. No, that's seeming difficult. 1,000 words, I can complete that in 20 days and I have 20,000 words ready. That's right. But that's seeming very difficult. Let's make it even easier. Let's make it half. Can I do 500 words, which is even lesser than a blog today, which is even lesser than an email today. 500 words a day. How many days will it take you to complete 20,000 words? It will only take you a max of 40 days. All right, let's say for a certain number of days you were not even able to write, which means I'm skipping out writing for a number of days in between. I can't complete this in 40 days. Let's give you a grace for about 20 days in between as well, which means 60 days, 500 words, and you have 20 off days in between, by the way. Do you still think it's an unachievable target? Seems doable? If it's now sounding doable, this should be enough of a reason for you to instill that factor, something that's going to stay with me for life, something that's going to be a source of my credibility, my respect, my worth, my expertise, my work, my years of experience that I want to showcase. I'll be able to see myself on a cover page. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough for me as a reason to start writing my own book? If that wasn't enough of a reason, here I'm going to summarize with my 7th most powerful reason thereby. And I call this as, always remember, when you introduce yourself next, do not extend out your visiting card to anybody that you meet. Hand out a copy of your book and say, I've written this, you get the time. Do spare some time in reading this version of it. People may discard a visiting card, but they will never discard a book into a dustbin, which means you're building up a network based on all the above: authority, credibility, respect, and also extending this out as your form of introduction. I do hope that this has inspired you enough to start instilling in your mind the thought of writing a book. And I would really want to hear if you were able to write your first 500 words. If yes, and a big yes, then please remember to share that back with us, because I would be thrilled to hear this back from you. We keep creating many such videos onto our channel, so remember to subscribe to our channel and do hit the like button as well. I'm going to keep coming back with many such videos for you in future. Until then, this is Dr. Gopika Kumar.